So I'm thinking this would be sales tax increases your final total. So this would be our percent increase formula, which is very much like the one we used up here. But instead of a subtraction in there, it will be addition. So it will be list times 1 plus tax rate equals total price. And I'm just making up names for this formula as I go, but the bottom line is this is my starting price and this is my ending price that includes the tax. And I could also put a tip rate here if I wanted instead of a tax rate. So now I'll fill in the values I know. We know the total, that was 127.59, and we know the tax rate, so that's 1 plus, I can write it as 0.08765, or remember I can do as I did up on this problem and write it as a 60%, or I could put this in as 8.765% into my calculator, but I want to model the other way of doing it. So then that's a list price plus that, or times that amount, and inside the parentheses I have 1 plus 0.08765, which I could do in my head. So I have list times 1.08765 equals 127.59. Now again, I want the list by itself, and since it is being multiplied by that 1.08 and so forth, I will divide, that's the opposite of multiply, divide both sides by the 1.08765, and on the right, I don't want it to get lonely over there, divide those, and anything over itself reduces to 1, and then when 1 is multiplied by the list, I still have the list. And then I want 127.59 divided by this long decimal, and so here's a place where it kind of helps that I left it on my calculator up here. I've got that value sitting there, so I can just do the 127.59 divided by second answer equals, and I have 117.30795, and it goes on. Now this is money, so generally even if it didn't say, I would want to round it to the nearest cent, and that would be this position here, and since there's a 7 following, that's 5 or greater, so I will need to bump it up and say that Jamie paid $117.31 before sales. Okay, and we could put in what Jamie bought as well for the MP3 player.